In order for you to really understand what we've been doing, I have some friends in the back I'm going to call out on stage. Come on up, guys. Oh, thanks for coming. Right on time.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I was afraid we wouldn't have enough time to do the demo, but you've done a great job
Well,
there.
I've seen what happens if you don't talk fast earlier this week, so I was kind of in a rush. Sorry, boys.
So thank you very much for inviting the Java community on the IBM Keynote. I never thought this would really happen, actually.
Well, you're quite welcome. And as you see on the slide there, we have IBM involved, but we also have Java champions, and you can introduce them for me.
So we got Daniel De Luca, who runs the Devoxx for Kids global efforts. And then we have, of course, Jim Weaver from Pivotal, who helped us on the Spring Boot application. So it's exciting times for developers. I mean, the excitement is in the cognitive space. You know, smart apps is really a huge opportunity for us. And you guys are really, and you didn't pay me to say this, but you guys are leading the pack on the whole cognitive computing. So that's why I'm here, actually.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about the application that we're going to be seeing and some of the technology behind it.
So for the people who don't know me, I organize Devoxx Belgium, and the Devoxx family creates about 1,000 presentations every year. We create articles around that, which is also above 2,000 a year. So what we would want to do is actually index all of that content and do some smart, deep questioning and see if that's possible. So that was basically our aim for a prototype. So this is not a product, this is like a prototype playing with technology. All right. So let's have a look at the architecture.
Sure.
So what you see here is on the right, we've actually touched four services, four cognitive services which Watson provides. There are many more, but for our prototype, we really wanted to focus on the conversation app. The conversation service is actually a unique one because the other vendors don't even have this. It allows you to create some kind of bot. So you do a question, you get an answer, and this is very straightforward, very simple questions. But for the more complicated questions, you actually need to use the retrieve and rank service. And this is based on the Apache Solr mechanism. So it actually allows you to feed thousands of documents and then complement that with questions, and you try to actually map the questions, or basically learn the system to get the best answer. So that's what we've used in the first level. And then we've also used speech-to-text for the more exotic version, which we'll demo later on. And what's beautiful with Watson is that you have multiple interfaces. So what we've done is we've used the Java SDK and the REST interface. So it's very easy to consume. You don't have to be an R specialist or a Python guru. It's very straightforward. And another surprise that I got from you guys is that, so I wanted to, first of all, develop it in IntelliJ and run on Spring. And I thought, well, that will never work on Bluemix. But it actually does. You guys support that. So that was like, great. I mean, I didn't have to leave my comfort zone. So what we did together with Jim is that we developed, I need to call it a microservice because that's a buzz, right? But it's basically an orchestration microservice which allows us to use all the different services in the backends. Now, we do have the simple demo, which is the Chrome app, where you basically go into a web application and you start communicating just over text. But that's a bit boring. I mean, we thought we should really step it up.
Do something with it? Okay.
Well, it is a bit cutting edge because yesterday we did the dry run, and what we experienced is the echo of the loudspeakers, the ambient noise. It actually messes up the speech to text. So this could go horribly wrong as well.
All right,
but it does work when you don't have the loudspeaker. So I'm like already like,
we'll
diffusing their nervous.
So it looks like me and a bunch of people out there will have to learn some new terms, right? I know the words, combo box and widget and those things that I learned when I did graphics, but we're going to have to learn new words like speech to text. Obvious conversation, retrieve and rank for cognitive, but is it easy to use, or is it? Can I use it? Can a distinguished engineer?
It's so simple that even you could use it. Seriously. And
we're still friends. We're still friends.
No, I'm joking here. It is really that simple. If you go to the next slide, we are actually thinking of using it for Devoxx for Kids. So we're going to turn this into a workshop where children will be able to create a conversational bot. It is that simple. Of course, the UI, like the microservice, you need to do development. But what you guys have done nicely is that you can actually test the conversation as a chat box. So you can immediately, so what you're seeing on the screen here is that you say, okay, I want to have an entity about Devoxx US, right? We're promoting, of course, this is guerrilla marketing. We're promoting Devoxx US here. And you say, okay, these are all the different questions that you could ask around Devoxx. It's a conference and so on. So you basically are learning the natural language processing classifier to understand the words to that entity. And then you complement it with intents. So an intent could be, when is it happening, how, by who, and so on. And you go through this conversational context. And it is a context. So if I say, what is Devoxx US? And then the next question is, when is it? It knows that it's in this context, so it follows this path. And that's pretty interesting.
I'm going to say everyone here can now do voice-added applications and other things to their everyday app, which would then put you ahead of the pack against your customers.
You could absolutely do that.
Let's go to the demo, because I want to hear some robots talk. So, Daniel, all yours.
Yes. Let me make sure that
that's
one
like
is,
me after
that little guy is
exercising,
not
getting
falling
up.
down. Okay. Good morning.
Hello, human.
Can you please explain me what is Devoxx United States?
Okay, but to answer your question, I need the help of my friend IBM Watson. Hold on a second while I'm asking him. Devoxx is a conference from developers for developers, priced affordably so that all developers can enjoy this unique experience.
Interesting.
Anything else you want to know?
Yes, in which city does it take place?
Okay, let me ask again the question to my friend IBM Watson. Devoxx takes place in the San Jose Convention Center.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the number of times it didn't work, and now it did nicely. That's cool, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done. All right. What do you have for us, Jim?
Hi, so as Stefan mentioned, we're using a microservice that we created with Java and Spring Boot. And so that same microservice that the Now robot hits, we created an Alexa client with the Alexa Skills Kit and an AWS Lambda, then that hits that same microservice. So I'll just ask it a question here. To invoke the service, the Alexa service is called Ask Devoxx. Ask Devoxx.
Welcome to Ask Devoxx. What is your question?
What's new in Java 9?
Java 9 is under development and will contain features such as modularity and enhanced tooling.
Goodbye.
Wow.
Goodbye. Don't be a stranger.
Great, man.
That's
Cool.
pretty good.
It all works.
Everything.
I think we scared the demo gods, right?
Well, we did practice last night a little bit, so yeah.
Yeah, but we'll
practice
pass
makes
it on
perfect.
to the community keynote. That's fine. They'll stay there. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
man.
thank you for coming, guys. Thank you very much. So,
And if you want to know more about all these cognitive services, and you do need to do a pitch, right? We're going to have a lot of talks at Devoxx US around this.
I'm gonna be there, I'm
if you
pretty
want
sure.
to know more, make sure you come over.
all right.
Thank
so,
you.
I was so inspired by this